Good morning. My name is Dr. Silvio Alencanto from the Department of Surgery at the University Hospital of Padua, Italy. I am about to show you a slim mesh laparoscopic repair of a symptomatic massive pseudohernia of the abdominal wall front using a supergiant slim mesh. During this operation, I tailor and roll a large prosthetic mesh on the operative bench according to the slim mesh technique so that it becomes a supergiant slim cigarette. The video of the operation will start shortly. I hope you find it interesting. Slim mesh repair of a symptomatic massive pseudohernia of the abdominal wall front using a supergiant slim mesh. The following two photos show this symptomatic massive pseudohernia of the abdominal wall front while the patient is tensing his abdomen. The slim mesh technique is divided into 4 surgical phases. Phase 1, first laparoscopic step. I carry out dissection of the round and falciform ligament and I mobilize them. The massive symptomatic pseudohernia of the abdominal wall front is due to atrophy and diastasis recti abdominis and is oval shaped with a diameter of about 24 by 7 centimeters. It is also viewed by transillumination during laparoscopy. The 4 peritoneal axial points are then marked with a small incision of the parietal peritoneum of 5 cm around the edge of the massive pseudohernia as per Italian laparoscopic ventral hernia guidelines. Finally, grasping forceps are used to mark the 4 peritoneal axial points with methylene blue. Phase 2, marking the skin axial points and external measurement of the supergiant slim mesh application area. During the operation, I apply external finger pressure to the 4 skin axial points that correspond to the 4 peritoneal axial points surrounding the massive pseudohernia. Using a sterile marking pen, I mark the 4 skin axial points so that they are symmetrical to the 4 peritoneal axial points. After which I measured the skin slim mesh application area, which is a massive oval with diameters of 30 by 15 centimeters. Phase 3, handling the supergiant slim mesh on the operative bench. On the operative bench, a massive mesh is then taken, measured and tailored to the size and shape of the oval drawn on the skin. after which I mark its 4 axial points and the fourth axial point with a sterile marking pen. The mesh is then rolled up very tightly and fixed with a first polypropylene 3-0 central stitch. After which the mesh is rolled up and fixed with 5 sets of 2 stitches. A small end part of the mesh is left unrolled. The unrolled end is at least 45 mm wide. Finally, the second central stitch is added, so that the mesh resembles a supergiant slim cigarette. Phase 4, last laparoscopic step. After ensuring that the first axial point is in the right position, I introduce the supergiant slim mesh intraperitoneally through the 12 mm trocar, without removing the trocar for transabdominal introduction as sometimes happens. With two grasping forceps, the slim mesh is placed in the correct site and its first axial point is superimposed onto the corresponding peritoneal blue knot point. A first synthetic absorbable strap is then used to fix the first axial point of the slim mesh over the not peritoneal axial point. The free end of the slim mesh is fixed with another 6 synthetic absorbable straps to prevent the mesh from slipping out of position. The slim mesh is now anchored onto the abdominal wall, after which it no longer needs to be held. I then cut the second central stitch that holds the slim mesh tightly rolled. The slim mesh is easily unrolled and fixed with an automatic stapler in one hand, while manual pressure is applied externally around the edges of the pseudohernia with the other to help fix the mesh to the abdominal wall. The slim mesh is then unrolled and stretched and fixed until it reaches the last set of two stitches holding the slim mesh, which are then cut. The mesh is then unrolled and fixed again until it reaches the fourth set of two stitches, after which are cut. I unroll the mesh again and fix it with the straps. I continue to fix the mesh to the posterior fascia until it reaches the third set of 2 stitches, which are cut. I superimpose and staple the slim mesh east point over the corresponding peritoneal blue axial point. I superimpose and staple the slim mesh west point over the corresponding peritoneal blue axial point. I then cut the second set of 2 stitches. Then I carry on with the fixation maneuvers towards the south peritoneal axial point until they reach the fourth set of 2 stitches, which are cut. I completed the unrolling and I continue to fix the mesh until it reaches the first central stitch, which is cut. Then I superimpose and staple the last remaining slim mesh south point onto the corresponding peritoneal blue point. Other straps are used to create the first crown, ensuring that the mesh is suitable tense. Finally, I anchor the supergiant mesh to the posterior fascia with another set of straps to create the second crown. The trocars are then removed and surgical wounds closed. This completes the operation, which lasted 2 hours. The following 2 photos show the abdominal wall front 1 month after the slim mesh repair. The patient is tensing his abdomen. Thank you for watching.